Right, so this is the Seasons Walking Simulator, which is basically a first-person game where you explore around a park. While exploring around the park, you need to collect 5 seasonal collectibles, which is unique to each season. Those seasons are winter, spring, and summer. The park was heavily inspired from parks that are surrounded by buildings similar to Central Park in New York City. As well as there being different collectibles for each season, there are different aesthetic stuff such as snow-capped trees, frozen water, as well as seasonal attractions such as the ice rink, which we're going to see now. You can also check out how much items you collected by pressing B. This was inspired by normal scratchbooks where you would need to, when you fill in the square with what you've recently got with a pen, it would normally be quite frantic. So that's where it's been inspired from. All of the assets have either been made by Keir or Ermal, and this level was designed by Saihaan. The next level would be spring. This scene is mostly inspired by the spring season. This can be seen in the large amount of colours and a lot more outdoors activity. Some of the 3 of the main design pillars are a sense of relaxation, exploration, and wanting to go outdoors. These can all be seen throughout all 3 levels. Relaxation can be seen through it being inspired of the park. Exploration can be seen through it being quite a large place to explore, as well as there being collectibles to make the player explore. And finally, a sense of relaxation, as parks are normally relaxing places, as well as there being no threats or no deep mystery involved. As seen here, a big way of how this varies between the previous season and this season is that there's a lot more colour. This can be seen through the ground as well as the trees and everything else really. It's a lot more vibrant due to it being the spring season. The water isn't frozen over, allowing the player to actually walk inside the water. So compared to the previous season, the collectibles this season are Easter eggs, which don't need an explanation. As seen here, the player would know when to transition to the next scene with when all 5 boxes have been filled up. The player doesn't need to move to the next season once they have completed or collected all 5 items, as the player can still explore around. We chose a more simplistic art style as well as form of modelling in order to firstly to decrease production time, as this only had 4 weeks limit, as well as to fit in with the more simplistic feel of the game being set in a park. Now once you go over to the benches, you transition to the next scene. This level string was made by myself. To transition to the next scene, you simply press space. As seen here, the next season is summer. This season is a lot more completed and mature. This can be seen by the trees being fully green. There are a lot more outdoor activities such as picnics and a play. As seen there, the collectibles for this season is a brightly coloured flower. This is done just to simply add more colour to a season. So we have also shown this is summer by the water level being slightly lower. As seen here, there was still some trees losing some, having their leaves blown off. Right, so as seen by transition between each scene, there are the main difference are the skybox as well as the maturity of the trees. In the trees have been tried to be kept in the same positions just to show there's more of a transition between all the scenes and to show the graduation, how the changes between the seasons. Some other models in games are this toilet here and these lamps. A wall is there just to separate the player from actually seeing the quality of the sky of the buildings surrounding the park. As seen here, the particles are a lot more simple with it being properly green leaves instead of the cherry blossom type leaves from the previous season. And that is all for the game. The summer season was made by Emilios, and all the assets were either made by Ermal and Keir.